You escaped that event because you didn't feel confidence enough to show up. And the people who went has landed your dream opportunities. You failed to attend that interview because you were nervous to face the panel. Meanwhile, someone just like you, perhaps you might be better than, went and has gotten the job already. You hesitate to post on social media, fearing judgment. Others are making millions simply because they decided to hit send. The truth is, staying hidden is costing you more than you realize. It is stealing your success, your joy, and the life that is already waiting for you. You are letting go of opportunity not because they are out of reach, but because you are afraid of what other people might think. People whose opinion don't even matter. In this video, we are going to break down why this fear of being seen happens and how it is holding you back, and most importantly, how you can overcome it to live the life you always dreamed of. First of all, what is this fear of being seen really about? Let's understand where it comes from, because there is no point focusing on the solution and trying to fix it if we don't even understand what is causing it in the first place. When we get to the root cause of the issue, that is where we can nip it in the bud and get rid of it. At its core, the fear of being seen is not really about the fear of being seen itself. It's about the fear of judgment and rejection. When we know with absolute certainty that we would be accepted and celebrated for who we are, this fear wouldn't exist. Oftentimes, the fear of being seen is rooted in our past. Think back to your childhood. Did it feel safe to be your authentic self? Were you made to feel like you have to shrink, hide, or to change who you were to fit in and avoid criticism? For many of us, our early experiences taught us that staying small is the safest. In your childhood, maybe you shared an idea, expressed your feelings, or you simply showed up as you, and you were met with judgment and criticism. And if you are coming from the part of the world that I'm coming from, Africa, and West African to be precise, you would understand me better. You can't tell your parents you are annoyed with them, no matter what. And as a child, you can't talk. I mean, it's not like you can't talk. You are not supposed to talk or share an idea when adults are conversing. They will shut you up. And because of all of that, the brain made the connection. Being yourself equals pain. So to avoid that pain, you started shrinking, began to blend in. But here is the thing. Standing out will always come out with some level of criticism. It's inevitable. The key is to stop letting that fear dictate to your life. Over time, that subconscious belief that if I stay hidden, I won't get hurt will go away. Again, the pressure to be perfect as a child is worse. If you grew up in an environment where you were overly praised or constantly scrutinized, you can develop this fear of being seen. You feel like you have to meet impossibly high expectations. Any mistake feel like a failure. You become performative, constantly worrying about what others think. But here is the truth. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy. You just need to be you. Growing up in my late childhood, I became that shy kid, one who stayed quiet, avoided attention, and struggled to express my emotion. I carried that into my adulthood, believing my true self wasn't good enough. It took me years to realize that wasn't who I am at my core. It was just a protective mechanism I developed in my childhood to avoid criticism and judgment. I later learned how to rewrite my story by doing some inner child work. You can decide to rewrite your story too. You can decide that staying small is no longer serving you. Of course, it might have kept us safe in the past, but it's time to release it. One powerful way you can do that is through inner child work. There are lots of good teachings online to help you do that. The second point is the spotlight effect. We overestimate how people are paying attention to us. One time I attended an event. It was an open event. I just saw the flyer on Instagram and decided to attend that event. That was the time I was trying hard to overcome my fears. I went, and when I got there, unfortunately, the program has started. And the worst part, I have to move forward a bit to have my seat. My heart started racing. My mind was blowing out of my head. Are people judging me? Do they think I am not disciplined enough for not obeying the time? What are they saying about me? Those thoughts crippled me. That is the spotlight effect. We think people are watching us, but in reality, they are not. I have come to realize that people are so busy worrying about themselves to notice you. They are thinking about their own insecurities, broken hearts, their own lives. The method that helped me overcome that spotlight effect is the visualization technique. Picture yourself in a situation where you are being seen, maybe speaking in front of people or wearing an outfit that turns heads. Notice how your body reacts. Do you feel tension, like a racing heart? The point here is to calm your body in those moments. Train your nervous system to calm down when you are in the spotlight. Here is my advice for you. You don't have to wait to be completely fearless to start showing up. Taking action is one of the best ways to heal that fear. Start small. Maybe just raising up your hands during a meeting or wearing a bold outfit. Each small step builds your energetic capacity to handle visibility. Moreover, you can also view being seen as a gift. Instead of fearing judgment, see it as an opportunity to connect. So, start showing up. Start being seen. Because the life you are dreaming of is on the other side of that fear. The third point is embrace the fact that you will always be judged. Here is the truth. No matter what you do, someone will have opinion about it. If you stay quiet, they will say you are boring. If you speak up, they will say you are too loud. People will always gonna have opinion no matter what. The only way to avoid judgment is to do nothing. And the hardest truth is even that people will judge you to be a lazy person. So what's the point? Why not do what will benefit you? When it comes to the fear of being seen, in fact, being seen can feel uncomfortable. Yes, but what is not being seen costing you? You not following your passion, not putting your work out there, not putting your messages across the world, not wearing that outfit you want to wear. And not doing all of that is also making you uncomfortable. So either way, you are going to experience discomfort. It's either the discomfort of not being your best self, not doing the things you desire, or the discomfort of having eyes on you, of putting yourself out there, of putting yourself to be judged and move forward in life. The thing is, at the end of the day, it's not about avoiding discomfort. You can't avoid it. So choose the discomfort that will at least benefit you. Practice some exposure therapy, practice being seen, and you will become used to it. Now, let me tell you a secret. If you are ready to show up more boldly, consider creating an alter ego. Yes, and I know it. Some people don't subscribe to that because it feels weird. But let me tell you this. Most of the successful people use that strategy to step into their power. Think about it as the version of you who is fearless and confident. Sometimes embodying that persona can help you break through any mental blocks and take action. The fourth point is have the courage to be disliked. One book that completely shifted my opinion is The Courage to be Disliked. It's a philosophical exploration of our need for approval and how to break free from it. How to have the courage to be disliked and be yourself. A key takeaway in that book is the separation of task. Here is what it means. Your task is to take action and be yourself. What other people think about you, that is their task, not yours. And if you have not read that book, let me explain what it means by that. My actions are my task. What I am in control of is my task. What other people think about me is their task. It is not my task to figure out what other people think about me. It's like what other people think of you is none of your business. People will always talk about you. People will always judge you. But you don't have control over their judgments. It is just about understanding what you can control and what you cannot control. In the book, the author made us understand that once you try to intrude on other people's tasks, that is where conflict occurs. You can't control people's judgments, and trying to control it will hold you back. When I make a video, it is my task to create a content that makes impact in people's life, and I'm proud of. How people respond and comment, I don't have control of. That is their task. Our fear of being seen is actually a fear of being judged, right? But that is not your task. You can't control people's perception about you. And that concept has helped me a lot to detach from the way people see me. So anytime you try to do something and the thought of what are people going to say about it creeps in, ask yourself, is this my task or is their task? Now, the last point, point 5. Even if you go by this point and you don't obey all the points I've mentioned so far, this fear of being seen will go away. And that is build your self-image. Yes, here is the thing. You are always going to be susceptible to other people's opinion if you don't know who you are. If you don't know who you are, it's easy to let other people define you. If you don't have any belief that holds evidence of your inherent worth and value, it is really, really easy to believe other people's perception of you. Because you don't have any inner belief or concrete truth to defend yourself against those judgments and thoughts that are seeping into your ears. Take time to discover your core values, your passion, and what makes you you. When you have a strong sense of self, other people's opinion lose its power because you know who you are. Moreover, imposter syndrome can also fuel your fear of being seen. Watch this video to know how to overcome your imposter syndrome. So, with all this information in mind, step out to be seen. Share your craft with the world. Express yourself more boldly. Wear that outfit you have been saving for some day. Start now. Remember, you don't have to be fearless to take action. You just have to be brave enough to start. If today is your first time here, welcome to Bridging Mind 360. Here, I challenge you to expand your perspective on how to achieve a successful life without compromising your mental health. If you are ready to upskill your personal growth, do well to subscribe so that you get notified anytime I post a new video like this. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you.